what are the best ways to deal with stress? It's super stressful right now. Ah, yes, this could be the entire rest of the call. So I will get into more detail about this if you would like, but I will give you a short answer that is just the sort of top evidence based things I have seen to deal with stress. These are not in order. Number one is meditation. Meditation is like sleep or vegetables or reading. Like, do it. A life without meditation. So it is very hard to meditate. It is a skill. It's something you need to learn. But having been someone who lived much of their life without the benefits of meditation, and now someone who has the benefits of meditation, it is worth the investment. It is worth the time. It is literally the difference between being literate and illiterate. Like, if you once you know how to read, you're like, man, I that was hard. It's hard to learn how to read, but I would never choose to go through life once I know how to read, not knowing how to read. Once you can turn your brain on and off, basically, which is what meditation allows you to do, that voice, that constant chatter, that constant stress, which honestly almost killed me, we don't need to get into it. Through meditation, you have the ability to literally turn that on and off, and that is incredibly freeing. So meditation is hugely important. And there is even in Christian tradition, prayer can be a form of meditation. A reason sometimes people like to go fishing or they like to go out in nature is it's not, they're not sitting in an ashram with their knees crossed saying Om, but it's anything that allows you to quiet your mind. Some people find knitting or crocheting allows them to quiet their mind. Some people find that sitting on the porch and watching the sunset allows them to quiet their mind. So when I say meditation, I don't mean go to a yoga studio and sit there and say Om for a half hour. I'm saying any activity that can make your mind be quiet. Like, there's nothing happening up there and you're not asleep, is tremendously powerful, tremendously therapeutic. So that would be a very important one. There are things like lavender, which can help. Soothing music can help. You have immediate access to your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, which are what control the stress response, through your breath, period. So you don't need to meditate to do breathing work. And breathing work, you can spend $1 million learning all this super advanced breathing work stuff, or you can just inhale slowly and deeply for 5 to 10 seconds, and then try to hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, and then exhale for 5 to 10 seconds, and then leave it exhaled for 5 to 10 seconds and repeat. This is called box breathing. You can do it as much as you want. Some people find it difficult to do the 10 seconds. You want to try to, the benefits of it are proportionate to, so it's like a box, right? So you inhale for whatever, 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds, hold that for 5 seconds, inhale for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds, hold that for 5 seconds. So what does it mean to exhale and hold it for 5 seconds? So you're holding with no air in your lungs for that number of seconds. And you can just work up to, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. If you can do, so that's called a box. So whatever. Each time you go around, that's one box. If you do 5 boxes, 10 boxes, it is impossible. You could be like, oh my gosh, that person just cut me off in traffic. I'm freaking out, or just watch something on the news. It is physically impossible for you to do 10 boxes and to still feel that same way. You can't. It's like when you close your eyes, you can't see. Your breath is a direct channel into your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. So you cannot be as activated, as stressed as you were before box breathing that you are after box breathing. You might still be more stressed than you'd like to be, but you can instantly, for free, there, I just gave you all the information. You don't need to research it anymore. You don't need to pay anyone any money. Box breathing. If you want to look it up online, it's called box breathing. But that's literally it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. If you can go up to 30 seconds, you're probably a Navy SEAL, but that's great. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Just do that 5 to 10 times. You will be less stressed. Um, 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 Obviously, eating sanely helps. When your blood sugar is erratic, it causes tremendous stress. It reduces your ability to handle stress optimally. The more you can sleep, the more you have a healthy response to stress. Stress is somewhat unavoidable, but your ability to respond to it is a function of how healthy and rested you're feeling. There's also there's a person by the name of Byron Katie who has this thing called the work. I would strongly recommend looking it up online. It's completely free. A lot of her stuff is on YouTube. It's a process of asking yourself a series of 4 questions, which can help to quiet the mind. It can help you to question your thinking. It can help you to see things differently. I and many other people have found it to be tremendously helpful with stress relief. There are also absolutely herbal, by the way, there's like you could take certain medications and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to talk about that. Any form of exercise that is sane is going to be radically helpful for stress relief, radically helpful for stress relief. There are also insane forms of exercise that we call insane because they're not good for lowering your set point, but they are good for stress relief. They're like jogging it is not a sane form of exercise. I do not recommend it for lowering your set point. It is effective for stress relief. Any form of cardiovascular exercise is extremely effective for stress relief. Frankly, any form of exercise is effective for stress release. There is a subset of exercise that is both effective for stress relief and effective at lowering your set point. I had it. It was a big one. If I forget it, I will be doing you a disservice. Now I'm getting stressed. No, I'm just kidding. Exercise and, oh yes, herbal stuff. So there are things like St. John's wort and rhodiola and kava and GABA and blah, 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 blah that a lot of people have found helpful. I personally have literally, there's this stuff called Positive Thoughts. I get it on Amazon. I think it's by Source Naturals. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but it's amazing. It totally, I mean, it took a while to make a difference. And it's a blend of amino acids and like GABA and other herbal and amino acid based therapies that a lot of medical doctors and naturopathic doctors just all use and tremendous evidence to support them. Just it's all in one pill, so you don't have to mess around with a bunch of different formulations. I found that to be tremendously helpful. So yeah, that's a bunch of stuff. Hopefully that was helpful. All definitely a stressful time, and definitely a time to take the time to consciously invest in maintaining your lowercase sanity through those stress releasing techniques.